Hey YouTube, it's Dillon James, and on today's video, we're going to be discussing Tom Brady's retirement and how this announcement affects his sports cards. We'll also be discussing a brand new giveaway on this channel to get some packs free from Cardbase. But before we get started, if you like this channel and the content we're creating here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so every time we drop a new video, you'll be the first to know about it. And also, if you like this video today, hit that like button for us. We'd really appreciate it. Now let's get into it. So Tom Brady finally announced on his Instagram that he is retiring from the NFL. On February 1st, this happened after a weekend of speculation from Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport that he was going to retire from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and from the league itself. With Tom Brady retiring, we thought that there was going to be a spike. There were some collectors out there and investors reaching out asking if there were going to be increases in his card prices because of this announcement. So today we're going to be discussing that by sharing information from Joe Burrow's card prices over the past few weeks leading up to Super Bowl 56, where he's leading the Cincinnati Bengals over the Los Angeles Rams. So we'll talk about those cards today to see if there is a difference and how it differs and why it differs, if it does, in this video today. So first, let's take a look at Tom Brady's 2000 Impact rookie card, a PSA 10. This card is currently valued on Cardbase at $23.25. But if you look at this card, let's look at the past 12 months of prices for this specific card. And this card has seen relatively steady increases or decreases here and there. It's not necessarily going to see a huge spike or a huge dip. I mean, there are two anomalies here on March 16th and on February 26th and 28th. But I mean, you look at these prices, I mean, the prices has pretty much stayed the same. You saw a high price over here on February 15th of last year at $3,125. And currently it is sitting at a value of $23.25. So let's look at the past 14 days. That will include the announcement he made on Instagram that he was retiring from the league. So 14 days, we've seen a steady line. It's just a flat line when it comes to his value. He's remained at that $23.25 valuation there. The highest sale is $24.25. The lowest or most recent was $23.25. And the lowest was $22.24. So when it comes to these prices, they've stayed very, very steady. If you can find this card, it is stayed at about that same price point. So really, when it comes to these card prices, with this one in particular, it hasn't seen a spike or a decrease after his retirement announcement. Now let's look at his more famous rookie card, which is his Bowman Chrome. This is actually going to be his first rookie card one of his first rookie cards in his Patriots uniform. And this is a very highly sought after card from collectors out there who do collect Tom Brady or Patriots cards. So with this card, it's valued at $17.6 right now on Cardbase. But let's look at the past 12 months. Again, you saw one big spike in March 15th of 2021 at about $30,000. But other than that, though, it's hovered between, I'd say, 20 and 25K the entire time. The entire time period, it's been about that same price. Hasn't really dipped lower than that. We did see a dip here at $14,386. That was the lowest price we have here. But other than that, though, it's relatively stayed around the $20,000 mark. In the past 14 days, again, February 1st, this announcement happened. Until today, there haven't really been any spikes when it comes to his card price. You see here, it's actually down 12% over the past 14 days. So why is that? Why are his prices not spiking after this retirement announcement? We're going to look at Joe Burrow's cards now, and this will kind of give you an indication as to why Tom Brady's cards have not increased or decreased, along with the news that he made on Instagram on February 1st. So with Joe Burrow's Panini Prism card, Prism is a highly sought after brand. It's one of the most popular releases of the year. Prism will be coming out soon for NFL as well, I believe in March. But with Prism here, you look at Joe Burrow's PSA 10, currently valued at $550. Then you look at the pricing here. So it kind of started at $650. It's kind of gone back and forth. It's been very volatile, and that's another word we'll be using every so often in this video. So it's been a volatile market for Joe Burrow and this card in particular. But if we're looking at the past month will encompass what we've seen in the playoffs so far. And with this, we've actually seen a huge increase. So on the 29th, we had a value of 441, and then it jumped to 747. Absolutely incredible for this value of this card. But Joe Burrow has been leading his team to wins in the playoffs, getting to Super Bowl 56 when all the odds were stacked against them. They're there in the big game, and that's the reason why this price has continued to rise when it comes to Joe Burrow cards. It kind of leveled off after that, though. It's relatively the same, kind of around 550 to 600 has been the price point for this card over the past few days. Now let's look at another card that's really interesting, and the value has actually been going up still. It's the 2020 Donruss Optic of Joe Burrow, and this card's currently at $685. Yes, these are base cards, but we're just looking at what they're doing value-wise, how they're changing when it comes to these games, things of that nature. So the change in value over the past 12 months, you could have gotten this card at one point for $30. May 21st, 2021, this card sold for $30. And it's just gone up from there. I mean, we've seen this meteoric rise since during the season. It was around $200 or so, $250, $300, and it got up there, got up, and it finally got up to $500 on January 31st when they started playing in the Super Bowl. They started getting up to the Super Bowl. They played in the conference championship game. They beat the #1 Tennessee Titans in the divisional round. So you look at this, and his card prices have keep going up. Past 14 days, you see here there is a little spike. February 11th, the highest price was $685. So we will see more prices like this go up if they win the Super Bowl and if he wins the MVP, which at that point, if they do make it to the end of this game at victorious, I do believe it's going to be Joe Burrow who's going to be getting them to that point. So the reason why Tom Brady's cards haven't seen an increase because of his retirement is because look at his career. He's had 7 Super Bowls, he's had 5 Super Bowl MVPs, and 3 regular season MVPs. The reason why is because those numbers are already baked into the price of Tom Brady. That's why that market is very, very, it's just solid. It's just very, very steady. You don't see many mood swings when it comes to Tom Brady because you know what Tom Brady is. You know he is the GOAT in the NFL and potentially in the sports world as a whole. He is one of the GOATs in the game, and that's the reason why you haven't seen a huge spike or a huge decrease in value when it comes to his cards. Now, there is a 5-year window that we will see probably get a little bit of a dip when it comes to Tom Brady, because after 5 years, after retiring from the league, you have 5 years. At the 5th year, you have the potential to get voted into the Hall of Fame. And once Tom Brady does that, first ballot Hall of Famer, I mean, I think we can all agree, Tom Brady's getting in first ballot. Once he gets there, I do feel as though he'll be in the media once again. His name will be brought up once again, and I think that we will see a more of a increase in his cards compared to what we're seeing right now with his retirement announcement, because that's going to be the next milestone in his legacy, is going into the Hall of Fame, and that's going to be the last thing. That's the lasting impression people have of him in the football world, unless he decides to be a general manager somewhere, owner somewhere, a coach somewhere. We'll see what happens with Tom Brady. But with Joe Burrow, he still has a lot to write in the history of Joe Burrow in his career in the NFL. So Joe Burrow is going to be a good quarterback in this league. He could potentially be an elite quarterback, but making it to the Super Bowl and potentially winning the Super Bowl in his 2nd season in the league, that's why we're seeing such high increases in his cards. I mean, I'm sure that his higher epsilon cards that are out there, the ones that are more highly valued, are already seeing higher spikes than the one we've seen here today. But with those cards, you're going to see them increase and increase and increase as long as he remains successful in the Bengals organization. But Tom Brady is the GOAT. The price is already baked into his cards, and that's the reason why you haven't seen an increase or a significant decrease in his value once he announced his retirement. So let me know in the comments below if you own any Tom Brady cards in your collections, what cards you own, and if you don't own any Tom Brady cards, I'd love to know if you are going to purchase any Tom Brady cards within the next 5 years, because I believe there will be a dip at some point in his cards once he is out of sight, out of mind in the media, not playing in the league anymore. I do feel that there is going to be a point to where you can buy Tom Brady cards, maybe not as inexpensive as a Joe Burrow card like we see today, around $500, but you will see a little bit of a dip when it comes to Tom Brady cards. That might be the perfect time to capitalize on adding him to your collection. Now, to end the video today, we're going to talk about the giveaway. So we're going to be doing a monthly giveaway for the next few months, starting off with a UFC Panini Prism Blaster Box. We're going to be giving packs of this away. So we have 6 packs in this box. I'm going to be splitting the packs and finding 2 winners to give these cards to. These packs will be ripped live right here on our YouTube channel on Wednesday the 16th. So come in on Wednesday the 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be giving away these cards. We'll have 2 winners, and then I will ship them to you. But it'll be a fun night. I can't wait for you guys to join me on Wednesday, February 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Look forward to seeing you then. But until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in once again. We'll talk to you then.